Hey guys, it's Tom here from Crypto Life Inc. I'm going to give you a quick update on the market and also EOS, so tune in for that. Alrighty, let's get right into it. I do apologize for being away for a week. I've had a cold, so you can still hear it in my voice, but I'll push through it for you guys. So let's just take a quick look at coin market cap to see what's happened. So now we're at around 450 mil. We got up all the way to I think 460, billion in market cap. You can see that Bitcoin's at around 9.4. And then some of the other ones. So we're having a pretty green day today. So we had a dip yesterday, and now we're having a semi-recovery. I wouldn't say nice. You can see Bitcoin's only a 1% recovery here, but some of the altcoins have moved quite well today. So we'll have a look at that. So let's go to where it all starts. So this is a Bitcoin chart here on Binance. I've got all my lines here, but just if we can zoom in on the daily chart, we can have a look. So we had that nice bull run all the way up from the middle of April, and now we're in the beginning of May, and we've seen a little bit of a pullback as we broke out of this equilibrium pattern. Now let me just try and find where that was. Yeah, so here we go. If we look on the forward chart, we had the higher high and a higher low, then we had a lower high and a higher low again, and then we broke up here. We didn't get a huge amount of follow through, but we did get enough to test and just gently kiss 10k resistance, the psychological level, and you can see we were unable to break that, which is not surprising to me because this is a level that a lot of people are watching. So we came back down for a bit of a dip here, and now we're in consolidation mode here. So we'll see how far this can go. You can take a bit of a better look here. So we had a bear flag here, and then we broke bearish. This is shaping up to be almost a bear flag. It is rising a bit higher than normal, but yeah, this is going up, and it's completely possible at this point we can see another drop back down again. So that's what I'm watching at for Bitcoin anyway. So the prices right now, let's see if we can pull up some support here. So our most recent support is around this mark here. That's provided we break this. So this is the closest one at around 8,800, and the resistance is obviously going to be at the 10k mark. So we're going to be around this range in my opinion, and we'll have to watch this more closely to see if we do get a break and which direction that it does break in. So we did, yeah, we did get a little bit of a recovery. So we had some mini breaks and fake outs. So this one almost broke, and then we pushed back up again. So we've held up okay for Bitcoin, considering we got to 10 grand and couldn't push past it. If you look at Ethereum, it's had a pretty nice recovery from its not all-time low, but a recent low of $360. So we've jumped up, at least double and a little bit more. But we've also had that bear break on Ethereum as we did in Bitcoin. So if we jump to the 4-hour chart, we can have a look. So we had an equilibrium pattern form here, and then we broke bullish, and then we got rejected here at around the $835 mark, a similar point to where Bitcoin hit $10,000. So it's still clear that Bitcoin has some market dominance, and a lot of these alts are still in some way or shape or form correlated to Bitcoin. So that's just the interesting take home there. Now we're going to look at EOS. So EOS is one of the charts that I'm more familiar with because I've been trading it through and through as we've had this huge bull run all the way up to $23 US. So I'm on the EOS BTC chart. So I've been trading it with my Bitcoin, which works just as well as trading it with EOS to USD or USDT, depending on if you're on Binance or some other exchange. So I'll show you what's been happening. So EOS has held up very well, considering that Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the other main coins have been getting a bear dip. So you can see that EOS today we're up 8.51%, which is great for EOS holders. The main net is ready to launch, or is announced to launch, I believe on the 1st of June. So you have to keep that in mind when we're looking at this chart. So obviously there's going to be a lot of FOMO to that. People are expecting when this net does launch that it's going to, skyrocket potentially to new all-time highs. So that's why we're seeing such strength in EOS. But if we look more closely, a couple of trades that I've been playing, and I posted about it on my Steemit blog, so I'll leave a link in the description there. But this is a beautiful 4-hour equilibrium pattern that we played, and I entered once we broke. So right where this purple line is, around the 18,700s. So I gave it a bit of wiggle room. We pushed all the way up. I sold 50% here, held the rest because I want to see if we're going to get some more consolidation or not. And then we pretty much ended back up on the same price point as which I initially sold. So I've still got the 50% there. But you can see that if we look a bit closer on the 15-minute chart or the 1-hour chart, we did get another equilibrium form. So we went from equilibrium straight into another one, which was quite interesting because I did think we were going to get a bit more follow through, but we came back more than 50% of this move. So that really put that, in a halt, but I was still in profit. So I was happy to hold this position and to see what we were going to form. So I could have easily sold here, but it looked like we were getting an EQ pattern going, and we did break again. So I'll probably look to sell here if we don't get any more continuation, just to lock in those profits. But again, EOS holding up very strong, and that is the moral of the story for today. A couple of other things I wanted to look at. So I posted on my Steemit about Icon and this 4-hour time frame, and I was surprised that this one didn't break bullish. But again, this was the exact time when Bitcoin hit 10 grand. So it's important to note, okay, we had this tightening equilibrium pattern on Icon to USD, and it got really tight and to this point where it was going to break, and we broke bearish because Bitcoin went down from the 10K mark. So we actually had a nice recovery. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, but that's where Icon is at this stage. It's actually held up pretty strong. So more or less it hasn't moved much from the price point of a couple of days ago. It stayed relatively along this line here. So the recovery was nice. Zilliqa is something that I have been playing. Zilliqa is a next-gen blockchain as well, so I guess you would call that Gen 3. You can research Zilliqa. I'll put a link to their website. They're doing a lot of amazing stuff with increasing scalability and throughput of blockchains, as well as we know that that's always been an issue for blockchains such as Ethereum, etc. Anyway, so off this chart I've traded in somewhere around this mark here, anticipating the break here. So we got a nice break and we've stayed incredibly strong. So we go into the daily chart. We're still just going straight up here on Zilliqa. It was recently I think about 1 or 2 months ago it listed on Binance, so that did help. I actually held Zilliqa way before it was listed on Binance at around 5 cents. It's currently around 15 cents, I think. Let's take a look. Where is my Zilliqa, and how are you doing, little fella? Right, I'm gonna have to do a control find. Where are you, little fella? There we go. Okay, so we're almost at 15 cents. So I've got at least 3x profits there, and then I bought back in at 10 cents. But that's not, that's a pretty nice gain. So we've had 14% today. So you can see that Zilliqa has remained pretty strong here, and that pretty much wraps up my update on some of the altcoins and Bitcoin and the current market situation. So we're in consolidation phase, and we just need to see here. If we look on the weekly for Bitcoin, just to wrap up, well, you can't tell much until I spread this out. We are getting a weekly. Are we getting a weekly higher? Lower high. That's the question. Whoops. That's the question that I'm asking. So right now, it does seem like the odds are in the favor of us coming back down to complete an equilibrium pattern here on the weekly chart. But we will continue watching this space, and we'll get more information every day to see if we do continue back up to the $12,000 mark, or we head back down where we have super strong support at around 6,000 here. So that's the general idea of what I think is going to play out, but again, I'll be watching this closely to see if that does play out and whether I get out of my positions or add on to my positions at this point. Just one other thing. Yeah, this is my blog here on the Steemit. So if you guys want to, I've been pretty active on this last couple of days. I did post 3 different trades I did on I think Bitcoin, Icon, and EOS. So you know, if you want to check out some more of my trades in real time, just follow me on Steemit on the blog here, and you'll get updated real quick. And I do have that free Facebook group called Crypto Newbie. So we've got like 110 members right now, so it's doing pretty well. I'll leave the link in the description if you guys want to jump in there. I post all these updates there as well, so you guys can have a look. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll try and get well soon so I can give you some more videos. Stay tuned next time. This is Tom from Crypto Life Inc. Feel free to like and subscribe. See you in the next one, guys.